Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 1001 Nights of Lessons. I'm your host, Dildar. I'm a Uyghur girl living in the US in her late 20s, working a normal corporate job 9 to 5, but I'm here to share all the stories and lessons learned 5 to 9 with you all. For the new listeners and viewers of the podcast, 1001 Nights of Lessons is a storytelling and self-development podcast, much like the OG Arabian Nights. We're here to unpack the stories of our lives that shaped us into who we are and to reflect lessons learned along the way. Hi, Zack.
How's it going, Dodar?
Welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on the podcast today and talk about all things fitness and workout. You've been training me for a little while now. I'm very excited to get what you know about fitness, your expertise in front of my audience. So hopefully you can inspire their workout routine, their workout habits, and help them on their fitness journey as you have been helping me. We haven't trained for a very long time, but I've already learned so much from you. So we're going to talk all about that today. But first and foremost, can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
I've been working out for, I'd say, over 10 years now.
So you started when you were a teenager?
Honestly, before that, I'd say when I was like around 12.
How so? Why so early your interest in fitness sparked?
Well, my mom forced me to.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Your mom is also in the fitness journey?
Yeah, she's really into it. So back in Hawaii, I'm from Hawaii. She used to be a huge CrossFit fanatic. She used to go like every day, like in the morning, 5 a.m. She'd always like drag me out of bed at like 5 a.m., ready to go to CrossFit. And that's kind of where I kind of learned most of the stuff. A lot of my philosophy comes from that CrossFit style because that's what I grew up learning, working out with my mom in CrossFit.
Mm-hmm. And in Hawaii. Like with the best background too.
But yeah, I've been a personal trainer for 5 years. I've been loving it. I love working with people like Dildar. It's so great. I
Really?
want to say like you got to be one of my favorite clients.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always, I feel like personal training is one of the most rewarding jobs you can have, honestly. Seeing people progress and really become like comfortable in their own skin. I love it. Becoming comfortable in your own skin is like one of the best things you can do for yourself through fitness.
Yeah. Who's Zack outside of being a really awesome personal trainer?
Pickleball.
Oh.
I've been so into pickleball recently. I don't know. Back in Hawaii, it's huge. It all stems from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never done pickleball, but I heard people talk about it all the time.
It's incredible. It's like tennis.
It's like tennis.
Yeah, it's tennis, but for old people.
Okay. Okay. For old hot moms, they like to play a lot from reality TV shows that I watched. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the main demographic is young hot moms.
So you love that.
Young hot mom?
What hooks you into pickleball then?
Honestly, it's kind of the community of it. Because you meet so many people. Back in Hawaii, I met like so many great like lawyers, professors.
From all walks of life, all
Everywhere.
ages.
Met a singer, Shonda Al.
Who's the singer?
He's a kind of like a local Hawaii guy. His name's Shonda Al. Great singer.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow.
Really great, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Can you tell me that aha moment when you know, okay, I'm gonna do personal training? What made you go into personal training? What's the beginning of that journey look like for you?
I got my start from a friend, my mom's friend. I met him through CrossFit. He taught me so much, everything I know. Once he opened his own studio, he gave me an opportunity to kind of learn from him some more. Eventually, I took my accreditation stuff, started working at this gym, and I just loved it ever since. Since I got my first client there, just learned so much. I love the process of it.
You mentioned CrossFit. What is CrossFit?
What is CrossFit?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is functional fitness. So you're not just doing like bench press over and over again like the whole time. You focus on like a bunch of like dynamic movements, clean and jerks and snatches, stuff like that. It's not just like running on a treadmill for an hour because with cardio, you got to really enjoy what you're doing to like keep at it. With CrossFit, their philosophy is you do movements that you're actually going to use in real life. So stuff like box jumps, laps, running around, push-ups, a bunch of like dynamic movements are incorporated into cardio to make it more like interesting.
I love that because one of my things when I work out is that I want to keep it interesting. I like doing different things.
You got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to see progress, enjoy it.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's your personal workout routine?
I think a big misconception about like people that work out is you have to go to the gym Monday through Sunday. My philosophy is recovery is one of the most important things you can do when working out. So I only work out, even though this might seem like a lot to some people, only 4 days a week because I do other stuff outside of the gym too because I like pickleball. You got to make room for the activities you enjoy as well. So that's why I only work out 4 times a week, upper, lower, and then upper, lower again. You don't have to work out for that long to have an effective workout. Like my workouts really only take 45 minutes to an hour, really. That's all you need. I try to rest as much as I can. Saying I'm not gonna do anything on a certain day, it's a little too constraining on myself because I like to be impulsive and like randomly go out to play pickleball. I'm never gonna constrict myself.
Yeah.
It's like stuff like that.
To have too strict of a schedule.
Exactly. That's when you run into like working out becomes your whole life. It's only a small part.
Work out to enjoy life.
Exactly. So you can enjoy life fuller.
So I really love your personal workout philosophy. Rest is king, is basically what you said. On that note, I'd like to confess to you that I've been resting for the past 10 days that we haven't met together.
Oh, gosh.
Is that too much rest?
I love the rest. You might be taking rest a little too seriously now. What's been happening, man?
So I got thrown off my routine. I made a quick trip somewhere and then my friend visited. Does that sound like excuse to you?
You know, you can always work out with your friends too.
That is so true. But I can't wait to get back to that routine. That was super fun to get to know how you work out and your background in fitness. So next, let's talk about our trainings together, what I've learned from it and all of that. I'd like to share the sponsor of today's episode. It is me. Please follow the podcast 1001 Nights of Lessons wherever you listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And if you've been enjoying the podcast, you can leave a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple. That would help me reach my goal of growing the podcast in 2025. Lastly, check out my vlog channel at Dildar Abdu where I experiment on trying new things to improve my life 2 weeks at a time. I'll link everything in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening. I love you guys. Let's go back into the episode. One thing I'd like to ask you is something that I'm conscious of. I feel like I scream a lot in our training session. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, you do scream a lot. A lot. I think you might be the most vocal client I've had ever.
Really?
Yeah.
When you first heard me scream at 15 pounds away, pretty much like, that's very dramatic.
It caught me off guard at first.
You're like,
whoa.
oh, I remember what you said. You said, are you okay?
Hot take. There's really nothing against screaming in the gym. A recent study found that swearing in the gym, like swearing while you work out, let's say they measured, I think it was bench press, where they measured people that are vocal, where they like swear as they come up, and people that just stay silent, stay stone cold. And they found, just no emotion.
Yeah.
They found that the people that swear actually improve their power output by like 5 to 10%.
Wow.
So they're able to like move the weight faster. They're able to do more reps. So there's actually a correlation between like really being super vocal, like how you are doing 15-pound curls.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, that I feel vindicated.
Exactly.
I love this research study so much.
Exactly, yeah. So I'll never say like, shut up or anything.
Yeah. Unless we're in a very public place, we have to be aware of our surroundings. But I also don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so great.
But also, I can see how emotionally it can help me too. Like, I bet there's another study somewhere, if they do it, that will show that people who scream during workout has a better mental health.
No, I can totally see that. The gym is a great output for like stress.
Yeah, you gotta let it out.
Exactly, and you built up rage against your boss or anything. just do some curls. Just do some bench press.
So what about throwing weights?
Oh, okay.
Dramatically and excessively.
Yes.
Do other people do that? Is it just me?
I've seen that a lot. Yeah, in certain cases it's cool. Unless like for deadlifts and stuff, like I'll actually have people like drop the deadlift down because it's just added stress going down. Because the eccentric in deadlifts, not so important as the concentric, especially if you're training for strength.
One other thing you have helped me establish is a food log. And I love that as a personal trainer, you put an emphasis on eating healthy as well. And you are my accountability buddy outside of working out and also checking in week after week every time we met of how well I eat.
So diet and fitness, they really come hand in hand. If you just work out, but your goal is to lose weight, but you're not eating well, you're not gonna make as much progress as you'd want. So diet really comes like hand in hand. You really need both. If you lose weight without like really doing any strength training or really any physical activity, you're gonna shed some body fat, but you're also possibly gonna lose muscle as well. So when you look in the mirror again after maybe losing like 10 pounds, you might not be as happy with your results. Even though you like cut the body fat off of it, you could have possibly atrophied your muscles, still not showing, like, you're not gonna have a six pack, possibly.
If you want muscle, then you have to get your ass to the gym.
Exactly. So like a big thing is like toning your muscle. So part of that is maintaining your muscle while still losing body fat.
And what's the biggest thing you look for when you check my food log every week?
How many calories are we eating per meal? How much protein are we intaking? So I want us to still eat the foods we enjoy, just bringing the overall calories down so we still enjoy what we're eating, but we're just reaching our goal at the same time.
For anyone who wants to lose weight, what do they have to do?
The way our body works, in one day, you burn a certain amount of calories. However, you want to eat under this amount of calories in order to lose weight. The average American burns around 2,000 calories a day. If you eat less than that, you're gonna lose weight. But my main goal is not just focusing on the number, but making sure you can keep up with that diet. Again, it comes back to enjoying what you're eating. The whole process of losing weight is kind of trial and error the whole time. So that's why you need like a support system, keeping you dedicated. And then there's also another avenue of thought here. So you could just eat under. However, for some people, like throughout their day, going from like so much eating to so little can be a huge change. So that's why you can kind of bridge the gap with cardio. That's where cardio comes into play. It's more so supplementary to losing weight. To general health, we should be doing cardio. But for losing weight specifically, cardio is gonna bridge that gap so you can eat more. If you do 10,000 steps daily, that can give you an extra 500 calories that maybe you can eat that little snack you've been eating for like the past year. You just use that as a way to bridge the gap into that lower calorie goal. And then once you hit your goal, a good healthy body fat, you can just go to maintenance, keep that.
How do you keep it? I've seen so many people rebound back to their original weight. I personally experienced this. I was at my fittest in 2019 because of this new diet I was trying. It lasted 2 years. Once I moved places, there's more accessible restaurants and better options in LA and New York City. I've gained some weights back, I would say 20 pounds. How do people keep their ideal weight for themselves that they feel most energetic and happy in forever?
By starting healthy habits. So making workouts part of your routine, maybe getting into a sport that you do like every weekend with your friend, finding foods that you enjoy. It all comes down to finding stuff that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy your diet, that's how that rebounding typically happens. Because going from everything to like a percentage of that is so hard.
That's why extreme dieting never works long term.
Yeah, never.
That makes sense. So I was on a lectin-free, sugar-free, processed food-free, gluten-free, everything free, pescatarian diet for 2 years. Yeah, it was easy then because I was in a very small town with no access to food and I don't know how to cook, so
it's like out of necessity you had to do these things.
Yeah, but anyways, the reason I've started training with you and taking my fitness journey more seriously is because I'm 29 and I'm turning 30 next year, and I have a goal to give myself the birthday present of best shape ever when I turn 30. I still have the rest of the year to reach this goal. What should I stop doing, start doing, continue doing to reach best shape ever when I turn 30?
I think we have the best looking food logs out of everybody. They're like cinematic shots. I've never seen like so fancy meal shots before. Nobody takes that much time. Like most people are just like, oh, whatever, I hate this meal, and then move on. But you like set up lighting, put up the ring light and everything. Like,
well, I was thinking because I do social media too, I can repurpose this photo
I like that.
to my Instagram as well. Yeah, and then I'll send it to you too. But I do have to be more consistent. I'm not taking pictures of everything I eat yet.
Yeah, so that's one thing that can be improved. Taking pictures of everything and thinking, is Zack gonna like this? Is he gonna be mad at me if I send this to him?
That's literally why. Like this morning I ate some chocolate and I didn't even take pictures of that. It's like it never happened.
Yeah, so take pictures of everything.
Yeah, be honest.
Exactly, being honest with ourselves, staying consistent, and being obsessed with our progress. So being obsessed with not just the weight, but like looking at ourselves, thinking about our mental health, physical health. And yeah, just consistency is the main thing for us. Because we've had weeks where we've gone down, and then we've had other weeks where we kind of stayed the same. We know what a good week looks like, right?
Absolutely. And we have a workout plan. So I'm doing 3 days of strength training, 1 day of yoga each week at least, cardio, running outside or something, and then rest. Copying your personal workout routine. But that's easy to say, but I'm actually not really following through consistently. So
Hence
yes.
the past 10 days.
Hence the past 10 days. Consistency, honesty with yourselves and your accountability bodies is important. I can try that. Do you think I can reach my goal by next year, January?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. We have so much time too. We're on our way.
We're on our way. In the fitness world, supplements are so big. It's the talk of the town, it's the trend. Like every other day, there's a new supplement that you need to take. What should I be eating supplement-wise? What supplements actually work?
Most of the fitness world, it's a business, really. Because with the rise of gym, going to the gym, everybody's in fitness now. There's a lot of supplements that you just don't need. And most of them are like for super niche purposes, something like BCAAs.
What does BCAA do?
BCAAs are branched chain amino acids. So you have essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are amino acids you take in through like your diet, while non-essential are ones that your body makes. It's kind of funny that your body makes the non-essential ones, right?
Yeah.
But like when you're eating like most proteins and stuff, you're getting a complete protein. So eating like chicken, you're gonna get all of those amino acids. But when you're getting your protein from, let's say, lentils or something like that, those are incomplete proteins. If you're like a vegetarian, consult your doctor. There might be some use cases for branched chain amino acids, specifically like those essential ones. But for most people that aren't vegan, I'd say there's no need for it. I'd say the only ones I really recommend are protein supplementation, a multivitamin, and creatine. You want to think of like all your supplements as supplementation to kind of fill in that missing space. Let's say your protein goal is like 100 grams and you only get 75, then in that case, I'd say protein powder, great substitute to really fill in those calories.
You mentioned the number 100 grams. For an average person, how much protein they should take in every day if they're working out regularly?
So studies have shown that the most optimal amount of protein, it's based on your body weight. If you consume from 0.75 grams of protein to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, so if you weigh 200 pounds, eating like 200 grams of protein is gonna be optimal. Past that, return on like investment there is very little.
Yeah, it's already hard enough to eat 30 grams of protein.
Really?
You're like, that's concerning.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's not the end of the world if we, instead of eating like 100 grams, we only eat like 80 grams. But it's a good habit to kind of shoot for like that 100 grams. It's an even number, easy to remember, and it's very attainable, especially if you have a source of protein with each meal.
I recently bought a NutriBullet, so I'm excited to use my protein powder for a smoothie
Oh yeah, make some cool recipes with that.
and eat chicken.
You're gonna use your bullet to eat chicken?
No. Wow, do people do that? That's
Oh,
gross.
I've heard about that. Yeah, people that like blend their meat.
Blend chicken?
It's kind of gross. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Ooh.
guess I don't even know the reason. Maybe it's like easier to drink or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Good to
Must
eat
be a straight man who does that.
it. Oh yeah, that must be.
Creatine. I heard about this word from so many people. They spoke so highly of it. I've never taken creatine myself. What is it? Why do we need to take it?
So a big superstition before was that creatine is like the steroid. But really, creatine, it's a natural thing. You get it from eating like red meats, like steaks like that. You get a little bit of creatine, but the thing is, through those meats, you don't get that much creatine. Like you'd have to eat a lot of like an unhealthy amount of steak in order to reach the amount of creatine that you get from like supplementation. It's good for you, so basically just increases your water retention in like muscles. So that's where creatine helps. It's not gonna help you with like running or anything, but for those explosive bouts, creatine's gonna really increase performance like that.
How important is sleep to fitness performance? I think I know the answer, but I want to hear you tell me.
Sleep is huge for recovery, not only physically, but mentally.
I have a quick story to tell you. So I had to cancel a run date with a date that I'm going, a guy that I'm seeing. We have a run date planned to run for 5 miles on a trail. Super healthy, right?
Yeah, I like that.
But because the night before I only slept 3 hours, I had to cancel it. I just think it's not good to run for my heart when you only slept for 3 hours. Am I right to do that?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're not going to perform your best, and when you're not like 100% there, you can always like injure yourself too, which really hinders your progress.
Prioritize rest when you need it.
Exactly. Listen to your body, unless you're being silly and
Yeah.
unmotivated.
Yeah, that's true. There's a fine line. And you're really good at telling that line of when I am bullshitting and when I'm actually tired. So now I don't feel bad standing him up.
Oh, you stood.
No, I didn't. I sent him a text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and he's a little bit mad about it. So I said, this is not gonna work. It's not a good match.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, but then he apologized.
There we go. I like
Why
that.
is he apologizing?
Directed on him. That's what I'm talking about.
For some reason, he apologized.
Great gaslighting. That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, we're all good now. I'll tell you guys later about that, okay? It's not about dating. What are the top 3 workout myths, common mistakes people make?
Number 1, unnecessary volume. So I know a big myth in the past was like 4 sets of 12, that's how you gain muscle. Studies have actually shown that you can grow muscle just simply off of 1 set. But albeit that set needs to be till failure. If you only have like 30 minutes throughout your day, a lot of people think like, I can't get a workout in, I might as well just not go. That's enough time. That's really all, I'd say 20 to 30 minutes is really all the time you need if you absolutely don't have any more time to work out.
That is a really good one, and that's what you have taught me during our training sessions. I am that one person who's used to doing 12 reps, 20 reps, following a workout video online, but stay on the 15 pounds, 20 pounds low weight range. Ever since working out with you, you've pushed me to lift 35 pounds, 40, even more, depending on what type of workout it is. I truly, if I am working out myself, I would not push myself to go there. It's like torture, but it only lasts a short period of time until failure. And I thought it's such a good thing. You save time. And it's effective.
It's just efficient, man. Because who wants to sit there and do like 20 reps? It's boring.
Yeah.
At least for me. I just feel like it's like cardio at that point.
Yeah, literally. If you're lifting so light for 20 reps, you're wasting time.
You can stimulate your muscles simply with like 4 reps if you really wanted to. When you reach muscular failure, that's kind of a scary word. But when you can't, like, let's say you're doing bench press and you can't lift the weight up anymore, 100% effort, you can't go any further. That's muscular failure. When you're within 5 reps of failure, those are gonna be the reps that really grow muscle. So if you're doing like a 10 rep set, those first 5 really don't generate that much hypertrophy, so muscle growth. How many reps can I do until my muscles can't go any further? And then I'd say number 2, only looking at the scale. My dad used to say this like all the time. He's a big fitness guy too. He's also a reason why I got into fitness, but.
Wow, your family is a whole goal and inspiration.
No, yeah, yeah, I guess so. Not just focusing on the scale, because what could happen when you start working out is something called body recomposition, where I see this a lot in clients, is where at the very start of your fitness, your body's gonna hyper respond to fitness, lifting weights and everything. So even though your weight stays the same, what could be happening is your muscle could be going up while your body fat's going down at the same time. So you're burning a lot of fat, building a lot of muscle at the same time. Not just focusing on like that scale, but looking in the mirror as well, yeah? And also looking at like your progress in the gym. Are you getting stronger? That's a huge indicator of you growing muscle. Myth number 3 is the idea that you can spot reduce fat. So on YouTube, a lot of these videos are gonna say, here's how you can spot reduce fat on your abs. Here's how you can like really reveal your abs through these exercises.
Guilty. I search on YouTube, butt workout, abs workout. What do you mean? It's not effective?
Yeah, they're not effective. You simply can't work out a muscle and then the fat there is just gonna disappear. When you burn fat, it kind of happens everywhere. So there's a really good saying, abs aren't revealed through working out, it's revealed in the kitchen. So you can have a certain amount of muscle, let's say you have a certain amount of abs. By doing abs, you can grow them a little bit. However, you're not gonna be able to see them with all this fat on top of it. However, if you're to lose body fat entirely, let's say you drop from like 15% to 10% body fat, then that fat goes away everywhere in our body, from your face, legs, arms, everywhere on our abs. That's when you can see your abs.
Thank you for sharing. That's really helpful. I got debunked myself. What's your favorite specific workout to do at the gym? I hate burpees, you know that.
That's my favorite to have people do.
Okay.
So There's this principle in the gym called the SAID principle. It stands for specific adaptations to imposed demands.
Okay, it's
So-
good that it has an acronym for it.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Said it, man.
Yeah.
So what that means is that movements that replicate what you're actually going to be doing in real life are going to be the most effective. Let's say you're like a construction worker doing something like a deadlift, something that replicates what you actually want to train for strength-wise, that's going to be much more effective. So I'd say stuff that replicates what you want to do is going to be the most effective. I don't do this so much anymore, but my favorite is definitely a sumo deadlift. A lot of gym goers will say it's cheating. Kind of is.
Why? Why is it cheating?
Like, there's two ways of doing like a deadlift, three technically if you count RDLs. But there's like a conventional deadlift where your feet are real close together, and then sumo where your feet are far apart. A lot of people say it's cheating when you do sumo because the range of motion's a lot shorter and stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. But you can lift so much more weight, which I enjoy doing. Yeah. Just
Never ever done that in my life.
Yeah, so you don't need to do it.
Yeah.
It's a very like specific thing. But like for our purposes, like I have us do like a Romanian deadlift. That one's gonna be a lot more effective for our hamstrings, glutes, a little bit of lower back too.
Romanian deadlift that's RDL.
Yeah, the RDL,
Okay.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, see?
You remember those
I know
ones,
my
yeah?
stuff. And lastly, towards the end of the podcast, I have one last question for you. If you could go back to give your beginner self when you first got into fitness one piece of advice, what would it be?
Having a goal has really like driven me the most throughout my journey, especially like recently. I tell myself, have a goal, stick with it, be obsessed with the progress, be obsessed with the journey on the way there.
I love having goals too, and my goal is being able to do handstand, headstand, more fun things that you could do in the wild, climbing a tree, more human being monkey things. That's how I like to describe it. That's cool to do, like calisthenic vibes. Well, thank you so much, Zach. I really enjoyed everything today.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed this.
Where can everybody find you if they'd like to work out with you?
zacklifestylefitness@gmail.com.
I'll make sure to put it in the show notes down below so people can contact you to train with you together. I'm excited for our workout today.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.